Hope you enjoy everyone. Thanks for watching. This is Sellavin asking my latest review on Naruto Shippuden episode of 467, having Ashura's decision. So now the time has come, I mean, you guys watched the last episode, right? Hagoromo sent his two sons to two different villages that were having problems, so he decided to see what was going on and have them solve what their problems were and have them go on their journey. Basically, he's making the son putting them on this rite of passage, whatever, just to see the world and see how it goes. And Ashura, he went to his village. He found out that the remains of the god tree are literally poisoning the land around it. It's keeping. It's trying. The thing is, the people depend on the ecosystem there. If they didn't, they would starve to death. But the more they depend on, the more they're gonna suffer. It's literally draining the life right out of them. It's a very big problem. That's why it leads to that's why the village is such disarray. Even though the elder, he knew about all this, even though Ashura is trying to help the elder explain to him what happened long ago, but he still won't let them help. Even though he wants to do good, he's still not letting him do what he needs to do. But Ashura, he's a kind person. And it's obviously he doesn't want to see people get hurt. I mean, he has the power for ninjutsu, and he can heal, but he can't do anything else. It's pretty grim. Seeing this, it's, you got me. I feel very bad for them, but and I also like how Ashura's spirit. He's not just gonna give up on them, even though they pelted him with rocks and told him that ninjutsu was bad. He's he's still not giving up on him, even though he has his friend Taizo with him. Uh, you know. Meanwhile, you also got you got back in the village, their main village, the home. Oh, you got Hagoromo. He's still worried about his sons, seeing how they go. Even Gabamaru, the great elder sage, even wants to go and see his sons to see how they're doing. And but Hagoromo, he's not. He doesn't want him. He wants them to learn from his experience on their own, and doesn't want them to interfere in any way. Basically, he wants to make sure they pass the test, but no cheating. That's obvious. You know, Even though but it says he can't help, but he doesn't say he can't watch. Loophole. That's a loophole. That's one of the things I like in this episode overall. So many quotas, so many good things. And even though we also get to see that Indra, the older brother, even though he's on his own, and we don't get to see much of him because his whole episode was about his brother. You know, because that's what it's all about. I mean, it's all about Hagoromo and his family. And we got to see that this time it's going to be focused on the youngest brother, while the older brother, it seems that he's trying to do his job. He's doing what he's told, but he's using force and strength, while the other one's using love and compassion. The younger brother even decides to build a well, knowing that they're depending on the tree and its energy, its sap. And he does this, and even people call him crazy. Like for example, the girl Kanna, who asked him for help to heal her mother. And then, I mean, she asked him for help. She said, oh, she calls him an idiot, but she helps, because she knows that he's doing this for the right reason. He doesn't want people to be burdened like this, to suffer. And surely enough, just like what his father did, help people, for nothing without asking. And everybody rallied behind him. Everybody, the villagers, they all helped him. They all helped him, with the well. Oh, they all worked on it together, and it was a good and it worked. All right, they all succeeded. He even taught them ninjutsu. They all taught them how to use chakra and energy. Taught them how to heal, how to use different chakra natures as well. Even though he's not as strong as his brother, he's not a master. It's obvious he does have his own inner strength. Which is what I like in this character. Overall, I do like it. And seeing this is very, unique as it is. Unique. I mean, he rallied. He did what he was supposed to do. He really following in his father's footsteps. He used love. He used love, compassion. He did everything he did, without asking. Even though the villagers turned his back on him, and he couldn't turn his back on them. Like basically the way his basically he's following the footsteps of his father. Helping people. He taught them on ninjutsu. They all found a way to survive. He healed the sick, and he didn't do it by himself. He had help from the others. He depended on all their strength, and he grew and they all grew stronger together than apart. Or and he and they burned the remains of the god tree to the ground. He helped them. Overall, helped them, and in return, some of them even went with them, to his village back home. Even though his brother Ashura returned first, and this was like a year. Like he did this for a year. That's just some dedication you gotta think about. A year of doing hard work without basically really asking for it. That's commitment in my book. Overall commitment. You know, Seeing this, I really like it. This whole episode, was very good overall. Even though he returned home, he brought Kaiser with him and some of the other villagers with him, and even though it took him a year, the sages had waited for the brother to return to hear his story, to understand what he was doing and why, and now he's ready to make his choice to choose as his successor. If you guys saw the preview or haven't seen the preview yet, sorry, but major spoiler alert. We all know what happens in the end. It becomes a huge big deal. It causes conflict, tension in the family, and we all know what happens in the end. It's pretty great. It's pretty big and pretty crazy. But I don't need to tell you that, right? You guys already know the details, right? Overall, that's what I said. Overall, I liked the episode. Even though it didn't have a lot of action, it was a hero story. Overall healing, emotional. I give it a thumbs up. Even though it is filler and they just do and I want to get it to the canon as soon as possible. I like it. You can't hate something just because you don't agree with something doesn't mean you can't like it. It just that's my opinion for any people who hate the fillers. I mean, I'm watching because I'm a loyal fan. But that's my opinion. Overall, that's all I gotta say. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. This is Sellavin asking my latest review on Naruto Shippuden episode 467. I'm out. Peace.